Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a real gimbal inside of a smartphone. Today, we are checking out the latest from Vivo. This is the X60 Pro and the X60 Pro Plus. Developed in collaboration with Zeiss, the legendary camera and lens company. They've collaborated to actually bring Zeiss T-Star coating, which is typically reserved for far bigger glass, and they brought it to a smartphone, which is quite impressive. So the first one we're getting into here is the Pro Plus model. So as usual and whenever possible, we try to get a couple extra devices for you guys for giveaway, and that is the case here with the X60 Pro and Pro Plus. We've got one of each to give away, so make sure to hit the subscribe button and then check the description of this video for full details. Good luck. Also in the package, you will find a wired headset with an adapter to USB Type-C if you want to use that. This texture is quite unique. It should help to resist fingerprints, considering the fact that it's a matte finish and it's a leather-like touch. They're calling it vegan leather, and they're calling the color Emperor Blue. There's also a case in the package to get you up and running, which is kind of nice little bonus. And of course, a USB Type-C cable is in there as well. This is the standard Pro model, X60 Pro, and this one has quite a different finish on it. It's a little bit more slick, kind of more like what you're seeing from some other stuff at the moment with this gradient rainbow effect on the back. However, it has a matte finish, so it should also do a decent job resisting fingerprints. However, I must say I'm partial to that vegan leather texture, or any texture that's different from other stuff that's on the market or that you see frequently. However, they're both capable devices packing Snapdragon hardware. On the Pro Plus, you're looking at the 888, so full flagship status. And on the regular Pro, you're looking at the Snapdragon 870. Both of them have 12 gigs of RAM. Both of them have 256 storage. As far as charging is concerned, on the standard Pro, you're looking at 33 watts for the flash charge compared to 55. Let's take a closer look at these. So how about that Emperor Blue and this camera module? That Zeiss logo is looking good on there, especially with the T-Star indication next to it. Yeah, it's kind of nice on a flagship device. This has a, I don't know, an executive feel to it with that texture on there. Appreciate it. Looking around the outside, you're going to notice all the usual ports and buttons. I like the textured feel on the power switch, so you can tell the difference between it and the volume rocker. Of course, you got your Type-C and your speaker unit down at the bottom. This camera module, straight lines, as I said, very executive feeling to me. Now the camera units are a bit different. Obviously you can see between the Pro Plus and the Pro Plus all the way at the top of the food chain as far as Vivo is concerned, and then the standard Pro coming just below it. As far as these cameras go, 50 megapixel main on the Pro Plus, up to 100 megapixels in the special mode. On the regular Pro, you're looking at 48 megapixels on the main, a 13 megapixel ultra wide, and a 13 megapixel portrait. The ultra wide on the Pro Plus, that's 48 megapixels, and that one has the gimbal camera, what they're calling gimbal stabilization 2.0, and that's what you're seeing in the video footage there. You can actually bring this overlay onto the screen to see the work that the gimbal is doing to compensate for your various shakes and things that your hands do. Now, when you see this in real life, when you're shooting a video and you watch that ultra steady compensation, it's like a Steadicam, except it's in your phone. It is so smooth like butter. It's actually quite fun to use. And it doesn't just apply to shakes, but also turns and abrupt movements. It will smooth those things out. How about this for a subject for some video content? Once again, the Taycan Turbo S makes an appearance. And of course, since we're packing the 888, that's the Snapdragon inside of the Pro Plus model, we can shoot up to 8K video. And you gotta have a little bit of slow-mo in there as well. All right, let's check out the camera versatility here. You can see this is your ultra-wide 0.6x. Move into 1x. Let's go a little bit closer. 2x. All right, 5x, we'll take it. Now here's that high resolution mode I mentioned earlier, 100 megapixels. 400 times crop right there. Yeah, there's a few pixels to go around. Now you also have hybrid zoom in there. You want to get crazy up to 60x, I believe. Yeah, look at that. Oh, wow. Front-facing camera, it's a hole punch style in the center, and you know we had to run it back to the beard test for you. I believe you can see individual hairs there. Now, as far as the display goes, oh, you best believe you're talking about 120 hertz with a 240 hertz response rate. 6.56 inches FHD plus. And it does have a little bit of a wrap around the edge to it as well. Now, you already know what this 120 hertz means for you. You can lock it in if you just love that real snappy feel. You can toggle it back to 60 to save a little bit of battery life, or you can go to Smart Switch, which will aim to determine which is the best refresh rate depending on what you're doing. This can dynamically adjust and could be the best of both worlds. Rounding out the specifications here, the Pro Plus model is 191 grams, so it's actually a little bit bigger than the Standard Pro. Standard Pro coming in at 177 grams. Now you guys know I love quick charge tech, and I'm always on the lookout for the fresh animation coming from different brands, and you just caught the one that Vivo's doing, just a little tiny electrification at the bottom there. Looks to have a pretty cool screen to body ratio with a tiny little hole punch on the front for the front facing camera. So there you have it, a couple of options for you. The Pro and Pro Plus X60 from Vivo. I told you before, my preference is the Pro Plus model. I just love seeing these different textures show up on devices just to mix it up a little bit. And I'm a sucker for that leather-like texture. I like the grip associated with it. And then, of course, the massive gimbal camera on there. There's just something about the look. Let me know down in the comments which one you would go for. Would it be the X60 Pro or the X60 Pro Plus? For your chance to win, make sure to hit that subscribe button and check the description of the video for full details.